Hello, it's Madeline Colcol. Today is Monday, September 9th at 1:31 a.m. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit of a night owl, so I'll be up at odd times all the time. I'm actually currently on bed rest, so I haven't been to work because of my stingray injury a couple weeks ago. So I'm recovering from surgery. Hopefully, I'll be up and running and back at the clinic again soon. So that kind of helps explain my weird sleep schedule too. So this is going to be the endocrine lab. I'm going to demonstrate how I label my pictures and my drawings for the lab reports. It's a little bit different than what is suggested, but I did do this on the last term of anatomy and physiology as well. And if there's any issues with it, do let me know. I can always change it or go back to the other way, but for me, this is the simplest, most straightforward, easy way, and I feel like I get a lot out from it because I'm writing the actual labels down. So for me, that helps me retain the information better. To put the physical act of doing it into the picture. So in a second here, I'll go ahead and sit down and I'll walk through what I do, but the first thing that I do usually is I'll open up the Lab Report Assistant on my Mac, and then I will shoot it over to my iPad, where I start to do the labeling. Sometimes I do it in, let's get in position here. So let me get the angle right for us. Sometimes I will do this in an art program, depending on how many things I need to label and where the picture is, if I had to take a picture. But for this one, since it was the Lab Report Assistant, I actually went ahead and ported it into Pages on the iPad, which is right here. So it pulls up the whole report for us, makes it nice and easy. So this is a blank one that I grabbed. And it looks like we have to label some of the structures of the pituitary gland. For this, luckily, so I actually was an Android person for many, many years, and then I bit the bullet and said, you know what, I'm going to go with Mac, I'm going to get an iPhone, and then we kind of devolved from there, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Apple devices. So I fell in love with it. It works for my lifestyle. And that's about it. So I have the Apple Pencil. I'll go ahead and tap on this, and it's already in Pages for me. So, or in annotation, it'll automatically jump to a smart annotation where I can annotate anything. I can choose what color I wanted. On the lab, I actually believe I did it in red. I don't know if that's easier to see or harder to see here. Probably harder. So maybe blue. Blue might be better. Yeah, it's all the same. So I'll go ahead and label these, and it's just literally like you would any other picture, but you're doing it on your electronic device rather than a piece of paper. So we have the first one here. Let me make sure I have all these up. We have to label the what was the first one I did? The nucleus of the pituitary. So, I'm losing my page here. There we go. So the nucleus of the pituitary, that will be, I think I labeled this fella. And I'll go write it out. Sorry, my handwriting is kind of all over the place because I'm a lefty and I'm writing at an angle here. The basophil cell. So, basophil cell. And the acidophil cell. And that is it. So after that, I'll just hit done. It saves it automatically for me. Afterwards, I can go ahead here, hit share. For me, my MacBook pops up on there, so I can just send it over. I like to submit all my work from the computer just because I feel better about it, and I think it's recommended. So I'll go ahead and close this out for us, put it back. And that was our first lab. So hopefully it was straightforward and easy, and what I do makes sense as far as the labeling of the images. In any other case, if I had to import the images into a document, I would do pretty much the same thing, except I'd use a different program. Send all the pictures to the Mac, stick them in the document. Well, reduce the size of the images, and then stick them in the document and upload it for grading. So that is it. I will see you all next week. Have a great rest of your week and into week 2.